So when we are going to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So we want to tell you about our main fest that is called Christmas Eve, and especially to be more specific, we will tell you about evening meal on Christmas Eve. We prepared
have some
for you,
examples.
Yeah, we prepared for you some examples. It is our traditional kutya, the main dish that is for sure must be on the
Table.
yeah, and our traditional drink. It is a cocktail from
Dry fruits.
Yeah, from dry fruits. And so we want to be more specific and tell you about some dishes that also must be on the table. So first of all, on Christmas Eve, all dishes are meatless. It's without eggs, without cream, milk, and butter, and of course meat. Also table should be covered with some cloth, and under it must be some cloves of garlic to protect the family against evil spirits and forces. Also, it would be great if the diduch will be placed on the table. Diduch is our traditional picture of our idol.
Sorry, one moment.
Yeah.
It's technical problems.
А як от презентажку, треба ж якось її розкрити туди? We have a presentation.
Sorry, we have prepared the presentation in PowerPoint. Maybe you know how we can show you.
Yeah, go to share screen and press the share screen on the very bottom. It'll be.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. And then go to your run program or run.
Це включає презентацію.
Yeah, 'cause it's in Ukrainian. It's hard for me to understand. Okay.
So you can see it is our
Yeah, we can see it now.
accommodation of this fest. In the middle of the table you can see the main dishes. They are 12. They are in honor of 12 apostles. All are without meat. In the right corner of the table you can see diduch. It is some bunch of the wheat that is symbol of our Christmas Eve. Also, there are some traditions. For example, young boys and girls are not ought to sit on the corners in order to be with a couple. So in order to be not alone.
Yeah, so we have custom that if you sit on the corner of the table, then you won't get married.
Yes. Also, you should try all the dishes in order to be not hungry. That as well, you shouldn't eat everything, though. So your refrigerator should not be empty. Also, the evening starts with the rising of the main star.
Yeah, or when the child of the family sees the first star in the sky, then it symbolizes that the dinner can be started. So, yeah.
So, the main 12 dishes are, the first one is, the first one is kutya. It is the main must-have for our dinner. I cooked it for you. Okay. The second is a pea. Porridge from the pea. It is a symbol of God's spring, which is always reborn in a man after the fall. The third is a cabbage soup. Cabbage acts as both of a symbol of strength and unity around a solid base. The fourth is our traditional soup borscht. It is a symbol of the benefits of the god. Um, it is prepared from the different from a variety of vegetables and of course without meat. Um, this is stuffed cabbage. The name of the dish indicates its symbol. Uh, it is the symbol of holy, of fast. It symbolizes happiness and um, and so on. Next dish is fish. It is, in early Christianity, it symbolized a Christ, especially. Yes. Uh, Next one is dumplings. It is such a kind of a symbol of the sun. And next one are pancakes. Pancakes pancakes are kind of a symbol that symbolize also little suns. Next, it is peas or cakes. It is a symbol of health, happiness that people can get from the sincere contact with the Christ. It is, as it was said, it is uzvar, a traditional drink from the fruits. And last but not least, it is our pampushki. Pampushki, it is a symbol for those people who believe in heaven and who believe in Jesus. It also symbolizes abundance and symbolize procreation. And
yeah, and I would like to tell you about some specific traditions. As you can see, Holy Supper, in Ukrainian it is called Sveta Večerya, is the main and central tradition of the Ukrainian families in beautiful Christmas Eve. There are 12 courses, as my friend said, and here you can see as I said, when the children see the first star in the evening sky, which symbolizes the trek of three wild men, the Sveta Večerya, that means Holy Supper may begin. It's Diduch, it's a meaning grandfather, is a sheaf of wheat stalks, of grain stalks. It is placed under the icons in a house in Ukraine on the Christmas. After the Dizduk is positioned in the place of honor, the father or head of the household places a bowl of kutya. And kutya is often the first dish on the traditional 12-dish Christmas Eve supper. So here you can see some steps how to cook. If you're interested, there are some main ingredients. Actually, always it is made from wheat, but if you don't like it, you can use, yes, here's an example. If you don't like it, you can use also rice or barley or porridge, everything you like. Then, but if you also you can add some honey and some optional ingredients such as dry fruits, jam, poppy seeds, and other tasty and delicious ingredients. Yes. Also, when the supper is finished, people are always singing songs that are called kolядки and щедрівки in Ukraine. Every of song symbolize different stories of Ukrainian history. It can be connected with Jesus Christ or with Ukrainian wars or with something from our history. Yes. And yeah, and also there is some other traditions such as a Ukrainian Christmas puppet theater called Vertep, as you can see from these photos. Vertep had its beginnings in the 17th century, and this theater became very popular with time. The puppet theater consisted of miniature two-storied structure, and these people are going from town to town, from street to street, from house to house, to share with their friends or people maybe they don't know their beautiful emotions on Christmas and happiness, and sing a song and also show their screen. Yeah. So, as you may see, Ukraine has really deep,
a wide range of traditions that are followed by Ukrainians, and for us, to say frankly, the Christmas Eve is not only a fest or a festival. It is
yeah, it's actually the main our holiday in the year, and every child and even an adult is waiting for it the whole year to have some fun, to remember some traditions,
and to get some contact with sincere contact with the Christ as well.
Yeah. So, and we all our families are trying um, to share these traditions with their friends to make it more popular in Ukraine. So this is our traditions. We hope that you liked it, and we
I had
yeah.
I had a few questions. I was wondering, do you have those really beautiful dresses like they showed in that last picture? Do you have one like that, and do you just wear it on a special occasion like this, or what?
Yeah, we
Yes.
actually have we have a lot of Ukrainian traditional clothing, and one of them is for Christmas. And not all of the people wear them, but a lot of really do.
Yes, we are not used to wear the every day. We are wear it in some occasions, very rare occasions as well. But it is our traditional costumes. So if it is vertep or some Christmas Eve action, for sure it must be put
Worn.
yeah, worn and so on.
Okay, so your dinner would begin at what time normally on Christmas Eve?
When the first star you can see on the sky, so it depends on the first star actually.
7, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. And then does it end? Do you have a Christmas Eve liturgy, or do you go to church at the end, or no?
Uh, we go to church the day before and the day after, but on this day, people actually always do these kinds of singing songs
Okay.
and yeah,
And
going to the.
and then do you exchange gifts on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
You know, it is Christmas night. It is like a closed fast for family.
Okay.
So in very close circle of people, this supper is
Sure.
actually yes is actually happening. And the next day, at the 7th of January,
We can meet
yeah,
with our friends and celebrate together.
so and there are and people can eventually eat meat and all dishes with meat because on the Christmas evening they can't eat meat or something connected with the meat.
Okay. And you celebrate the real Christmas, the Orthodox Christmas, correct?
Yeah.
You don't celebrate like the Western Christmas like in December, correct?
Yeah.
No, in January, only in January.
Yeah.
So then you would go like New Year. You still have a big New Year's Eve celebration too, or no?
Yeah.
After the New Year, we have celebration of
Christmas.
newborn. Yeah. No.
But New Year is um, always popular among as young people as well as adults. So we celebrate it too.
No, yes, New Year is not a religious fest, so it is just for fun. And Christmas Eve, it is for all, and it is for
It is
our
for soul.
spirit. Yeah, for soul, for our spirit. Yeah.
And let's say that you were dating somebody or accustomed, and you weren't married yet. You would stay with your family until the next day, and then you would go to your girlfriend or your boyfriend's house or something that thing, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, but now the world is developing and eh, traditions may a bit change. So if you have really close relationships with such person as boyfriend, I don't know, then you of course may go. But in most cases, most number of cases, you need to stay with family.
Yeah.
And is it your family would be like your whole extended family, and it'd be at one person's house, or it'd just be like your family and your grandparents, and not with your cousins and stuff like that?
It have to be those person who is very close to you, or if there are no opportunity to connect with all family. So it can be just a person or two people, but not not in the uh, appearance of the party. So it is just have to be a formal evening, formal
But
supper.
it's
Yeah.
also very good if you can call your other relatives to your house. So that would be cool.
Well, see, my question would be like, okay, I'm a grandfather, and would like grandparents host for their children, and their grandchildren come over to their house? Or I mean, is it like one central person in the family would host it each year, or do you kind of rotate it around, or what?
No.
No, you can go wherever you want.
Okay.
If your grandparents invite you, then of course you need to go to them.
So the central idea that Christmas Eve, it is for family, not for friends hanging out. It is for family fest. So
To unite together.
as more relatives you have,
As you can invite.
better.
Okay, and now, like for Christmas gifts, what would you want for Christmas yourselves? What would you like?
No, especially we don't have we don't present our gifts to each other. We don't have this tradition. It is for our New Year.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, okay. So-
we give presents only on New Year.
Okay, and New Year's gift. What do you want for New Year's then?
Oh, hard question. We need to see, but maybe it's more abstract and maybe a bit hard to do right now in the world. But maybe peace in the whole world, because the world now is going a bit crazy, I think so.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, our priorities are central to on the main points that are really value for us, but not such material things like iPhones or iPads. Yeah, I think we grown up these strengths like this.
Yeah, unfortunately for other people getting to see this, you guys have grown up in a very unusual time in the Ukraine, and it's still going through a lot of real hardships. So I fully concur. I think it's very good that that you would want peace, or you would want some sort of normalcy. How are the conditions there? Is it still economically pretty difficult, or is it?
Yeah, unfortunately it is. But
Yeah.
now, at least now we're starting to appreciate everything we had before, and so I think our country is being changed.
No, the thing that is unbearable for me that the attitude of the world to this situation, that a lot of countries haven't admitted yet that it is not a civil war in Ukraine. It is war between Russia and Ukraine, and it's so pity that a lot of people just thinking that they all Ukrainian are fighting with each other. No, we are suffering from Russia, and it is.
Actually, I guess there wouldn't be a Russia without the Ukraine because wasn't it Kiev that were the first Russian people in the first place? Didn't Russians steal the Ukrainian name for themselves?
You mean the name of the country?
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. You can see it from the history.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Name
the
Rus,
name.
the start of the name of Russia, it comes from Kiev.
Yes, and actually their name of country should be Moscovia, because
Yeah.
their country was originated by Ukrainian
King, like kings.
Ukrainian king that tried to um, damage the Kievska Rus, but it didn't come off, and then he decided to create Moscowska kingdom. Also, it was the name of Tmutarakan kingdom. So it was from this. And Kievska Rus, it is our
Name of the
yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really amazed at your ability to know history so well. I wish the people here in the States knew it a lot better. And even though tomorrow we're going to be arguing about the Holodomor and we have to try to defend Joseph Stalin of all people, I would like to put it out there on the record that my family came from Sweden to Kiev in around 500 or 600 AD. And some of the people you were talking about that founded Kiev were actually grandfathers of mine or, relatives of mine. So I have a very deep appreciation and understanding of what you guys are going through at least some of my little personal history of that. But I really wish you guys the best of luck on that situation. How is school opportunities for you after we graduate from your high school here? Is college? Is it?
University.
Yeah, university. Is it still kind of up in the air, or is it still something that guys can do, or no?
There are some problems there that are up in the air right now, but the main points of our graduation and going to the university is now clear for us. So.
But it is very complicated question because our university for this year set very high standards,
Wow.
and there are a lot of changes, especially in this world in this year for us. A lot of subjects were cancelled, a lot of differences, and we don't know for sure what will be the next step of our governments. So we are up in the air. So
yeah, but these changes, it is obvious that they're
connected with war and
they are
financial.
Yes, but they are happening for our good future, and I think these changes are better.
One last question about that. When Russia's gone into Syria to try to chase out ISIL, has it helped out at all in the eastern Ukraine, or are they still fighting bad, or what? We don't get to hear much on this side here.
No, it's still war there, and it didn't relieve the situation there.
Russia has still been showing off their technical opportunities on Ukrainian people. But the attitude for this to this war really changed due to Syria problem. There is some progress in this question, but as well the deeds of Russia haven't changed at all.
Yeah, but it is, as for me, it is becoming a bit scary because, as you know, in Syria it is Islam official religion. So, and Islam is really complicated religion. So it is hard to understand what will happen next.
Yeah, and I almost even hate to say this, but Putin in some ways at least stands up in Western philosophies for the church. So in some areas, the guy is doing some good things, even though he's trying to take land from people that's not supposed to be his land as well. So I guess there's a lot of really complicated things. I know here in the States, I don't think we say we're friends of Ukraine, but we don't really seem to try to help them out. So I don't understand, what the situation is. I'm hoping, and I appears that Ukraine is not having the immigration problems that some of the EU countries are having with people coming in. So I mean that appears to be good, but I know there's been a lot of rumors that they're trying to call up more volunteers to go to the east, and that's got to be scary to for young people to just if you have to fight, no matter what, because I understand a lot of people are fighting without helmets and and have to buy their own equipment, and it's just really a scary product. I really do like your presentation today. That was very, very interesting. We have. I'm also involved in many several Eastern churches, and our priest will get most of his investments from the Ukraine. So I get to see how the pretty different vestments and stuff where you see Eastern people. And I got to serve with a gentleman who's an Eastern bishop this last week when we had some relics that came through. And he had absolutely some of the nicest clothes. So I really have appreciation for the Ukrainian, vestments and the clothes like that. That's absolutely to die for. So if you have traditions like that, you should try to keep those up when you become parents, because I think that's very important to continue, as you pass it down.
Yeah, because these traditions, I think, make the people to be nation. So
yeah, that's what's happening in the United States. We've kind of lost our traditions, unfortunately. So when you lose your traditions, I think you kind of lose your sense of where you're going. And and then I guess even you could say like a lot of the eastern part of the Ukraine was replaced during Khrushchev's days and stuff with Russians, and they're not really native Ukrainians, and if the people weren't killed in the Holodomor, you would eventually had Ukrainians living all in the Ukraine. You wouldn't have the Russians living there. So I mean, it's kind of a really weird resettlement problem. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah.
We will really look forward to talking with who's going to be arguing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, our classmates.
Yeah, our classmates. They have profound knowledges in this topic, though I think it will be hot.
Yeah, we were supposed to have like about 10 schools. So I don't know what happened today. It's a crazy day. So, but I do really appreciate you guys doing such a great job as always. And I really enjoyed getting to talk to you because, yeah, it's so good. Now, I was going to ask you, now, what does borscht taste like?
Borscht, it is from vegetables, from potato, beetroot, and no, it is with meat, but on Christmas Eve it is meatless.
Yeah. Okay, and then bambushka. What does a bambushka taste like?
Bambushki, it is our like not cakes. small
kind of bread,
pancake,
but it's
that is very with garlic.
yeah,
Bread
garlic.
with
Okay.
garlic, very very tasty, and it is also borscht is also followed by salo. Salo, it is a fat of the pig.
Okay.
Also very.
Now, I was asking because when we go to like a Byzantine church, and when they have liturgy, they will take the host, and it'll be like a one large piece of bread, and the priest will cut it up in different pieces and put it into the chalice. Okay, and then the bread that they taste is okay. The bread, and you can get it at the end, is very very coarse and a very very dense bread. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay, you know, like in the United States, we have like cornbreads like that, but it appears that the bread that you were showing was very light and with a lot of air in it. Is that correct?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
is, like very soft and not I don't know how to say, very soft and not
And and it tastes good with borscht.
Oh wow! And then, what does porridge taste like? What's the difference between porridge and soup? I've always wondered that.
porridge in soup.
Yeah, no. What is the difference between porridge and soup? Okay, like borscht is more like a soup, correct?
Ah,
Yeah.
borscht is the traditional soup, but it accomplished with a lot of uh,
Um,
um, ingredients that are mm, keeping in secret.
Oh, okay.
No, beetroot, potato, meat, and a lot of love.
Oh, right. Okay. So you
Yeah.
would pass that down in your family then, right?
So if you will be in Ukraine, you have to for sure try borscht with salo and with pampushki. It
Oh,
is like
yeah,
yes.
I would like to. We have a lot of. Uh, I know a lot of people are originally from the Ukraine, but I've never gone to dinner with them or anything. But I've eaten, like Czech food because there's a lot of Czechs that live around in this area, and I've eaten a lot of Armenian food and Syrian food and different foods like that. And it's really kind of fun because you can learn a lot about a person's history by the food, even though it's still made out of wheat or it's still made out of rice. It's just it's a different way of. Now, one more quick question because I've always interested in this. Do you girls drink coffee?
yeah, sometime.
Okay. And is the coffee in the Ukraine, is it like Turkish coffee or Armenian coffee, like espresso? Is there coffee like you would have here in the States, like the big tall cups and kind of?
There are a lot of kinds of coffee. You may choose everything you like, from espresso to, I don't know, latte, cappuccino,
Yeah.
everything you like.
But the main producer, not producer, but mm, the city that is have the fame of city that have excellent coffee is Lviv, and Lvivski coffee is our best coffee.
From Ukrainian producers, it's the
Yeah.
best.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because in the United States here, it seems like a lot of young people drink coffee. They've gone from Cokes or whatever, sodas to coffees. I don't particularly drink coffee. My wife drinks a lot of coffee. I know that people from different countries, especially where it's cold coffee or hot chocolate, is very common. Would you drink hot chocolate at Christmas or?
Yeah, hot chocolate at Christmas is a good idea.
And one more quick question: what type of fruits was in those drinks that you showed? What kind of fruit would you normally have?
Apples, then plums, then apricots, um, sometimes some berries, and of course honey. Honey, like
And honey would be your sugar then, right? That you would put in there. You wouldn't put
Yes.
sugar.
Of course, you can put sugar if you like, but with honey, it tastes much better.
especially I drink without sugar or honey, just usvar with the fruits. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you squeeze them yourself, or do you buy it already done, or?
I cooked it with myself. Yes, by
Oh,
my own.
oh
Yeah.
wow. That's really
Yeah,
neat.
and, it's
You know,
nice.
yeah. Well, that's really good because everything we have in the states is so artificial. It's just hard to it's hard to imagine that people actually make their own food. You know, I think people
Ye-
have gotten so bad here they actually think cookies come from like Cuba or else and stuff. You know, so it's really it's very strange when you get to talk to people because we used to about 10 years ago we used to teach people how to can food and how to prepare food on their own. We don't even do that anymore in schools. So it's a real testament to losing track of your what's going in your body when you don't know how to prepare foods right.
But
But
unfortunately,
I will see your school tomorrow then, and thank you so much for today, and thank you.
thank you.
Teacher.
For your opportunity.
We were very pleased to meet you. Okay.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Best wishes from Ukraine.
Okay, thank you.